Teachers Association, is that right? Okay, well, let's join up with her. And hello, Shanna, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's Friday.
Great. It is Friday. So we've got National School Choice Week going on, and it's kind of finishing up now. We had Lori Lee on yesterday talking about what's been going on about school choice, so we want to talk to you. I see that you're premiering the video, The Cartel, which is a great movie. I've seen that movie.
Yes. We actually have also our national affiliate, the Association of American Educators. We have a video entitled Teacher's Choice, in which we feature a few of our members who have chosen the different venues in teaching. And we showed the video last night at EastM Charter School in Little Rock with a group that came out to celebrate School Choice Week. And it was very moving. I've cried 3 times when I watched it. But we want teachers to know about the choices that they do have in Arkansas.
I mean, this happened last night. So we're from 5 to 6:30. I didn't realize that Virginia Ford was here, who, if no one has ever heard her speak, the next time that she comes in the area, we'll ballyhoo it really loud because she is very, very special.
She is. She really, really is. And what she brings to the table is such a unique perspective and viewpoint, a little bit similar to my own story, if you will. Mine is more that I was a traditional public school queen. I mean, I loved it. I thrived in that environment. My dad coached for 40 years. My mom taught for 35 years.
Wow.
I again, was a successful traditional public school student. And then as a teacher, I also taught in traditional public schools for 10 years. Having said that, I have a sibling, which was very much not the case.
Okay.
He just got lost in the shuffle, no fault of anyone, other than he just had a very large first grade class. And my mom, looking back, thinks she wishes she had known just a different option for him, that he may have taken a different turn, if you will, with his choices in not only life, but just his attitude towards school in general. It wasn't always pleasant. Let me just put it to you that way.
Okay.
Him even getting up in the morning wanting to go. And that's what Virginia talked about last night at our event, is the choices she made for her own children were based on what fit their needs. She had a vocational, a son who could take something apart, put it back together, and not have a single piece left over. And so she wanted him in a vocational setting, and that was her choice. So we just want all teachers and parents to know that it's great to have a choice that benefits not only the student, but, of course, the teacher as well.
Well, and that hasn't really been a major case over the years. I mean, we've got the charter schools, but the State Board of Education sits over them, and they have only let so many. I think it's 12 of them total in the state, maybe less. And there's a lot that are in line wanting to start, but I mean, the cards are stacked against them right from the beginning.
That's exactly right. There are unique settings available. I wish that had been the case when I was teaching school. The main reason I switched careers was simply that I had 3 young children at home, and I felt like, teaching, it is a calling. That is what our association truly believes. It's a calling that when you have that calling, you feel impassioned to give back to students.
Uh-huh.
Having said that, it's not a calling where you're going to make money. And so many teachers we are finding will stay in the classroom 5 to 7 years. Many times during that time period, male and female, they've started families of their own. And it is such a profession where you get home and you don't have very much left over to give your own family. Had I known there was something available to me, such as the Arkansas Virtual Academy, which is an online charter school,
yep,
you can truly sit and focus one-on-one many times with your students, and then still have something left over to give your own family. That may have been an option for me. But you're exactly right. Charters have really come on strong in the central part of the state. I believe we're actually up to about 25 at the most, but that's still, you're right, that's still such a small number. But again, traditional public school teachers, once that's your calling as well, we of course are an association in Arkansas that welcomes all teachers. Mm-hmm. We have many teachers who feel that their faith is something very important to share with their teaching, and that's where the private sector comes in, private and parochial, and they feel like that is what their gift is, not only to teach biology, but also to instill principles that are biblically based.
Well, of course, you're a member of ASTA. That's the Arkansas State Teachers Association. It is a non-union professional teachers association advancing things like, I guess, excellence in education, professionalism, advocacy for teachers, because it seems to me a lot of times the last person who's listened to is not the administrators, but it's the people who are in the classroom, the teachers.
That's exactly right, and we want them to have a voice. School choice was actually initially focused on parents and students having a choice. We want the focus to actually be where the teacher understands that they have a choice as well. They have a choice in an environment that best suits their needs. What we can provide them as a professional association is again, non-union, non-profit association that they can truly be proud of and not politically affiliated. We provide them with what their needs are as a classroom teacher, as an administrator, as a school nurse, counselor. What they need, we give them. And it doesn't really matter, again, what their political beliefs are, but we provide them a professional association that they can truly be proud of and believe in what we stand for.
So let's talk a little bit, because when people hear charter schools, they say, well, I want my kids to go to public school. Well, charter school is a public school.
That's correct. We feel like it's something even our own members need to be educated about exactly what is a charter. That's one of the reasons we had our event last night at ESTEM, was to bring in our members and other teachers to actually see what a charter school is. Many of them, that's the first time they've actually been in the building of a charter school. So they wanted to see what it was all about.
Was that kind of scary for them?
That's exactly what I was going to say. Fear. There has been a fear factor there, that a misconception, and it's simply just not being educated in what exactly it brings to the table. Charters have brought in, well, for example, I believe ESTEM alone said they have 4,000 on their waiting list.
Wow.
There's something that students are getting from charters, and out of 37,000 teachers in Arkansas, a charter might be the best environment for you as a teacher. You never know. There's a little more flexibility with charters in curriculum. There's more flexibility in your licensure as well. You may not have to have gone through a traditional teaching program, but you may have an engineering degree and feel like you've been called to teach. So a charter could be there for you.
Yeah. Let's talk further when we come back, because you made mention of the virtual academy, which I was part of back when it first got started here in Arkansas with our daughter. We did a year with her in that, which was really a great thing. It helped her. And then we moved her over again to public schools. But let's talk about all the different things that could be out there if we could get all the obstacles out of its way. Our guest is going to talk further about choice in schools. And it just seems to me when, I guess the best way to put it, if you're paying the money for your kid to go to school, you should have the choice to be able to put them in the school you want to, and there should be ways of dictating or working within schools that will meet the needs of all students, and as we're talking here, all teachers. It's all coming your way on the Dave Elswick Show on KARN.
Remember, wherever you are, you can know what's happening in Arkansas on KARNnewsradio.com.
Are you over the age of 25 and need to lose more than 30 pounds? If so, the next 30 seconds are crucial to your well-being, because Sensa is sending 30-day free trials to anyone looking to lose the max amount of weight. To experience the most dramatic weight loss results, you must want to lose over 30 pounds. Call 1-800-964-5392 now. Due to overwhelming demand, there is a strict limit of one free trial per household. 1-800-964-5392. 1-800-964-5392.
Did you know that if you're a woman over 40, you need to work out at least an hour a day just to maintain your current weight? An hour at the gym every day without losing a pound? That's ridiculous. Hi, I'm Steve Bostic, president of Right Size Smoothies, and when I heard that, I was shocked, because I know that if you feed your body right, you can lose weight in no time. That's why I'm going to let anyone who calls today try my weight loss smoothies for 2 full weeks. I'll even personally guarantee that you'll see the weight fall right off. To claim your 2-week trial, call now and receive free shipping and handling. The number is
Talking about school choice, I had a big affair here in Little Rock last night between 5 and 6:30, and they talked a lot about school choice. We wanted to have her on today to talk about it with us as well, and it's an issue that we talk a lot about here on the Dave Elswick Show, because let's all face it, here in Arkansas, some things aren't working. When you still have nearly 50% of your A and B students needing remediation before they can get into college. And we need to start trying some things that are working in very well in other states and doing them here in Arkansas. It's moving forward, but it's moving very slowly. Is that right, Shanna?
Oh, exactly. You hit the nail on the head with that one. It really is. You can walk into a classroom many times and feel like nothing has changed since you were in kindergarten.
Yeah.
It's a system that we truly feel has not been able to keep up with our changing world. And I know you had mentioned with your daughter in the Arkansas Virtual Academy,
Yes.
which is fantastic.
Yes, it is.
How much time many kids spend on a computer. And parlay that with, they might actually be learning something if they were doing an online course and learning how to do geometry online. So it's such a wonderful option that I don't think many know about but could truly benefit from, even if it's a high school student wanting some additional credit, whether it be a student that has had to miss for an illness or has a special need of some sort. The Arkansas Virtual Academy is a great choice for those students.
Well, and perhaps you're out in the boondocks somewhere and you just want a good education for your child. You want to homeschool. I mean, it's a great, great curriculum.
We have a member, actually he's our Northwest Arkansas coordinator, whose wife actually homeschooled both of his sons. She's homeschooled them for the first 2 years, and then they send them to traditional public a year-round school. And they have found that to be truly laying the foundation for success in education, is getting kindergarten and first grade covered and then allowing them to thrive in that environment. So homeschool is something we really haven't talked about, and it has changed so much. Kids are so active that many homeschool groups will meet with other students at a designated location where they can do field trips, they do science labs. So homeschooling is also a great option that isn't tapped into.
Well, and with the academy that we're talking about here, you are assigned a teacher who works with you as you're teaching your children. So you get all the benefits of the public school along with the benefit of working directly one-on-one with your own child.
That's right. Many feel, well, is my child going to get enough attention in an online setting? And I can tell you right now they're probably going to get more attention than they would in any other setting.
Well, you know, we're talking about school choice, and we always talk about brick-and-mortar schools, and I understand that. But it seems like to me that the Internet is truly the future for education, especially, I would hope, for colleges. I understand there's some classes that you got to take labs and things of that nature, but we could get away from building these huge monumental edifices and save money and give as good or better of an educational curriculum to the students.
That's right. And that's what we want to bring to light is, again, it's about fear and not understanding exactly what those options hour. And what I would suggest to any parent and any teacher wanting to know your options, go visit. Find out what options are out there. Go visit those schools. See what they're all about. Because at the end of the day, we're all in the same boat, and that is to give our students the best education possible and to make them productive citizens. And we want them to stay also in Arkansas. So we've got to have jobs in Arkansas for these kids to stay home. We've got to have great schools for teachers to want to teach in and stay in the profession, because, again, we are seeing about a 5 to 7 year span, and then many teachers are leaving the profession. And we're trying to say, hey, wait, before you do that, and we know that this is your passion, you are giving back, explore your options, because there are so many choices available.
Yeah, I scare some of my listeners. I bet you can't believe that, Shanna, can you? But, we talk about kids in school today, and iPads or just tablets are becoming more and more prevalent as a teaching tool that teachers are using. It just seems to me that there's some great things that we can be doing. For instance, why should we have textbooks when we can have kids that have tablets and the textbooks can be put on the tablet?
That's right. We have to stay and monitor and adjust and change and not be scared of change. Exact same thing with my own children. They're now allowed to bring their iPod Touches to school, and they just think that is the greatest thing in the world. Now, they are only allowed to play educational games, but that's okay. They're taking that tool and they're utilizing it and helping with multiplication or whatever the need may be for that student. So we do. We have to stay, and that's what you were talking about earlier about our educational system. It's almost been ingrained, and it's so hard for some to accept change and accept that it's not always going to be just a brick and mortar. There are other ways and venues. And for me also, as a mother and a former teacher, and then, of course, now I'm the membership director, it is all about the best use of your time as well.
Yep. Because
there are so many things going on. We want our children active. We want them involved. But then again, you come home and it's, what do I need? We need to do homework. And again, it's just utilizing the technology that's available there can really help with your time as well.
Yeah. I'm thinking with a tablet, the teacher has more control over how they are going to relate to each student. Maybe you have a student that's in your math segment that's not as good, doing as well as other students. She needs a little more work in certain areas. On their tablet, you can make some changes. Let's say you say page 13 in your tablet or whatever, and only certain problems light up for that student. Those are the ones you want them to work on. I just think the future, if people will embrace technology, can be very, very good.
It is. And again, not be fearful of it, just embrace. Right. We actually, as a professional association, are trying to stay on the forefront with professional development for teachers for our members. And that is one of the professional developments that's been requested is, how can I take technology and truly utilize it in my lesson plans and in my lessons to best benefit the needs of my students? So the options, again, are out there, and we need teachers who have that knowledge and have that capability to provide that to our students. And again, teaching is a calling. It is almost, in my case, I believe it's a spiritual gift that you've been given and blessed with, and therefore you need to share that with students, because it's just going to come back to you. Maybe not